Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Dynasty Drip today. I'm going to be going over a sell video going into week 6. Thank you guys for coming to the channel. Can't wait to get at you with some information today. If you haven't already, please make sure to hit subscribe, leave a comment below. I love it engaging with you guys about trades in your leagues, players you like, players you want to sell, players you want to buy, everything. Please like the video. Thank you, guys. Let's get it kicked off for today. So first player I want to talk about selling, it's going to be Woody Marks, a running back. Now, I think Woody Marks has shown pretty well for what he was, which was a mid-round pick in the draft. I do think he probably holds a higher snap share in this backfield moving forward this year. For me, I'm just a little concerned as to what his ceiling is this season. I just don't know how good the Texan offensive line is. And even this week, coming off like what should have been his breakout game, Nick Chubb still played enough to kind of snake that touchdown from Woody Marks. And moving forward, I mean, it's still not that long ago that this same franchise had Dameon Pierce, a very good rookie year, still moved off of him, went to Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon is still looming, potentially, whether it's next year, later this season, maybe they add someone else. I don't know. I just think for me, my trade idea here, Woody Marks in a third. I think Colston Loveland is kind of a buy low kind of vibe. Maybe someone's looking for running back help. I do think you would have to add a pick to get this done. I'm not like crazy, but I would see what Woody Marks' value is. Like, can we get like an early second round pick? Maybe someone really loves what they're seeing in Woody Marks. Can we get a couple late seconds, something like in that vibe? Can we get a starter at a different position with a potentially longer shelf life? Next one I want to talk about as a sell, and this one's tough because I do truthfully believe Kenneth Walker is a very good NFL running back. And I do think he is the better running back in Seattle. It's just the snap share is going to be tough for him. I mean, he broke some amazing runs, and he still didn't have a great game this weekend in what was an absolute shootout. So I just don't know like what the ceiling is going to be for Kenneth Walker unless Charbonnet like misses time, because they obviously like what they have in Charbonnet as more of like a bruiser goal line guy. And Kenneth Walker is going to be the big play threat at running back. But without a 60, 70% snap share, I just don't really know if he's going to return his value right now. So for me, can we transition from Walker into kind of one of these wide receiver 2 dynasty type guys? Zay Flowers is my perfect example right now. Can we transition from Walker to Zay Flowers and just get something that I believe to be a more long-term asset? And that's what I feel like we have in Zay Flowers. I think Jordan Addison, another guy in that similar type of area. And look, it's not a talent thing with Kenneth Walker, and I could be wrong, but I just have seen it through this season so far. And I have to imagine if you were a Kenneth Walker owner expecting RB1 numbers, you're not going to get that. And he's still kind of on that fringe RB run price in Dynasty at RB16 here. Next one I want to talk about is going to be selling Jameson Williams. I mean, I was all over this offseason, took a lot of flack on some stuff. I've just never been a believer that he was going to have the volume to really hold more than a every other week boom bust kind of player. He's still valued wide receiver 24. I get it. He's on an awesome offense. He has the contract to be with Detroit, but he is just not one of their favorite go-to options in that offense. Amon-Ra is going to be there. Amon-Ra is going to get the plays diagnosed for him and like drawn up for him. Sam Laporta is going to be involved. Jahmyr Gibbs is going to be involved. David Montgomery is going to be involved. Even Isaac Tesla is getting some red zone looks. I mean, I don't know how good this offense would have to be to have like 7 guys be consistent, but Jameson Williams is just not going to return value at wide receiver 24. So if you can move off him for a 27 first, a 26 first, something in that area, I would definitely do that. And if you need, if you're a contender, move off Jameson Williams, then use that first round pick to go buy someone else. And if you're a rebuilder, retooler, just move off for the first round pick and let that pick grow in value. But for me, like, it's not a talent thing. It's just, I don't really know if there's going to be the consistency here. And I don't want to play this game with Jameson Williams. Like, if you want to play the boom bust game, go get Rashid Shaheed. What on top of Rashid Shaheed can we get with Jameson Williams? Because that's basically what Jameson Williams is. He just has like a shinier name in Dynasty. So next one I want to sell is going to be Chuba Hubbard. And obviously, Rico Dowdle absolutely dominated. Chuba is hurt. That's why he wasn't on the field. But I got a hard time thinking that after what we just saw Rico Dowdle do, that Chuba Hubbard is not going to lose some snaps to Rico Dowdle. Like, I think it's going to be a full-blown committee now, maybe a hot hand approach. And it's nothing against Chuba. I think Chuba's a good running back. But you can't see a guy run for 200 yards and not say that guy's going to get some more touches moving forwards. And I don't know if this trade goes through. In general, for Chuba Hubbard, like, can I package Chuba Hubbard, try to get a first rounder? Same kind of thing I was talking about earlier. Can we try to get like a wide receiver 2 vibe? But I would move him for Jameson Williams straight up. And I don't know if you're getting that because Williams looks so good. That's just the idea. This is less about buying Jameson Williams. That's just a KTC, like, straight across deal that I would do. And it's more about just moving Chuba Hubbard before I think his value and volume are both going to start to dip. And then I want to talk about his quarterback, Bryce Young. I mean, I think, look, I love Bryce Young. I'm glad they got the win. I'm rooting for the guy. I love some of the guys around him, like Tet McMillan. But I just don't know, like, how fantasy productive Bryce Young is going to be if he sticks around in the league. And that's if he sticks around. Like, I don't know how much longer he has as a, like, franchise quarterback type of player. And even when he does, he's just not really providing enough spike weeks. For me, if I can use Bryce Young to go get Sam Darnold, which isn't a flashy name, but he has some like weekly upside, and he's had a great year with Minnesota and an awesome start with the Seahawks. And he is more like usable in fantasy than Bryce Young. He just threw 4 touchdowns this last week against Tampa Bay. So for me, I think that's a great trade. And I don't know if you're going to be able to get it done. Same thing I said about the Chuba Hubbard trade. Like, this is less about going and trying to buy Darnold in every format and more like, I think you should be moving off Bryce Young and trying to turn him into another quarterback, because I just don't really trust the fantasy value he has. And I just think he's going to start to become harder and harder to trade as he becomes older and older in Dynasty. And the last guy I want to talk about scored a touchdown in the Sunday night game, but that's going to be Keon Coleman. I just don't really think there's enough space for one of these Buffalo guys unless Josh Allen changes the way he plays. Like, Kincaid looks really good. And with the wide receivers, the ball's getting spread around. And even with Kincaid, we all know, like, it could go away. It's like as soon as you start Dalton Kincaid, he's probably going to let you down. But this just isn't the way Josh Allen plays. They have James Cook there. Josh Allen scores on the ground. Really, Stephon Diggs in his Buffalo times was the only guy that was getting absolutely peppered by Josh Allen. Everyone else is going to have to be super efficient. And I think Keon Coleman's a great jump ball red zone threat, but I think there's a lot of 4 for 30 and a touchdown is his kind of vibe. He's not going to bring you the same kind of upside that I'm suggesting you go get Michael Pittman with. Yes, he's older, but he's having a great year. He's in Indianapolis next year. Wouldn't be surprised to see him re-sign again, especially if Daniel Jones gets a long-term deal done there. So these are some guys I'm looking to sell in my Dynasty League coming off week 5 and going into week 6. I'm sure some of you guys are going to disagree with some of them. Please let me know in the comments. I'm happy to chat, and I'm not impervious to changing my mind either. That's just how I feel right now. But thank you guys for coming to the channel. Thanks for joining me on Dynasty Drip. Make sure to hit subscribe, like the video, leave me a comment. I appreciate you guys. Peace.